Hi YouTube! Welcome to another React video! Today we are gonna be watching Max0r's Deadlock review. It's a team game, TM. Yeah, if you don't know Max0r, honestly, if you have photosensitive issues or photosensitivity issues, please don't watch this. Because it's probably gonna be an entire mess of lights everywhere. And yeah, just take care, right? That said, yeah, Max0r's editing style is very chaotic. I think it's the most chaotic channel I've ever seen. So it should be a fun time. Also, this man is he's so funny. Yeah, and this game is about Deadlock. I was talking about this earlier on stream. This was the first game I ever played in this channel. I started the channel when Deadlock came out, and I got a key and I started streaming because I wanted to play this and share with people. So yeah, that's some, well, not hidden but old lore for me. So yeah, I don't really play it. I haven't checked on this game for a little while. I have heard it here and there, especially lately, because I've been hearing about this more and more, like currently. Apparently, it's like it's been on a comeback streak for a little while. So I guess we'll find out, huh? I don't know most of these characters. I played a couple of them. There were not this many last time I played. Actually, like it was probably less than half this roster. So we'll see. We will see. Let us start the game. Sorry, the video.
Hello everybody, it is me,
Hi, Max0r.
Max0r Videos here. The YouTube algorithm has made its opinions known. High quality, highly edited content with a myriad of explanatory context is not what the people of this website demand. And I have been graciously
Terraria music jump scare. Hello. Listen to that.
Via the magic of Google's Gemini AI my videos would perform better if I released them within a 4-month time span. While
listen to it.
Such informative
I see you, Max0r. I see you.
With boulders, killing everyone on Chinese glass bridges. Unfortunately, I cannot make
was not expecting that
because I'm too busy creating garbage. The Deadlock logo being here is a coincidence. Therefore, I will be making a video that takes even more effort than the previous ones, suffers from even longer delays, and is comprised of 9 consecutive mental breakdowns. Then, when the video does not hit hard enough to get me on Beast Games, I will be making up the difference with my Patreon and by...
Yeah, I hate 7. Where is he?
Video does not hit hard enough to get me on Beast Games, I will be...
This guy, I hate it. I hated 7. Like, both playing as him wasn't really that nice, but playing against him, like, if the player knew what they were doing with 7, holy shit, I could not ever beat this guy. He would one-shot me constantly, every day of the week. Also, I don't play shooters. I'm extremely bad at it. So yeah, there's also that.
Making up the difference with my Patreon and by selling the viewer Gamer Subs energy drinks. There is no gun pointed at my head, whereby following the link in the description, said viewer can access energy at 40 cents per serving, comprised of delicious flavors such as
ad time,
graveyard dirt, lean, and plowed and proud, while of course coping...
Yeah, it had to be, yeah. Look at
that. And
it's always the VTubers. Fucking Vienna! It had to be. It's always VTubers. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? I love that we're like this.
While of course coping with my myriad of mental crises by becoming addicted to the only game that matters anymore. Deadlock is a MOBA. It's a shooter. It's a movement shooter. It's a bingong. It's on Tubi. You have to apply for this position on Snagjob or you will fucking starve to death. All of these terms technically apply to the software that you are currently viewing, and all of them are completely meaningless. But if I were to try and describe the concept of Deadlock to you, I would say that this is the game that...
Okay, so let me try. Let's see how wrong I am. Yeah, Deadlock is kind of weird. It's a mix between a MOBA and a hero shooter. You got, like, you actually play with lanes and minions and you got a farm, but like that's kind of just part of the game. Maybe not even half of it. because you have to actually beat your opponent and advance and like push an objective. Well, I guess that's not entirely different from a MOBA, right? You do that with MOBAs. I was kind of thinking about you know that one Overwatch mission slash map where you gotta push the cart. Oh, actually, that's also originally TF2, but yeah, it's very weird. I don't know. You also have like builds, so you can buy different perks, and like it works differently on each character. I don't know. It's very wild. It's very out there for a game. I hope they succeed because that's such an interesting concept. It's not my cup of tea particularly, but it is so fresh. It felt so fresh. But yeah, my biggest gripe was the build in this game. It was not very clear what was working and what you had to do and what buttons do what. Because yeah, the UI was terrible. The perks, some were extremely powerful while others didn't do shit. But yeah, oh, sorry, I'm rambling right now. Let's go back to the video.
One-shot my amygdala and hit my neurodivergent friend group like crack in the 80s. These people are employed and actively neglected their marriages for this. So after experiencing this sanitarium disguised as ones and zeros for a couple hundred games, I am now beginning to understand why. And hopefully by the end of this video, so will you. But first, there are some complications and qualifications that come with the territory. Deadlock is a game that is, as of the writing of this video, in early playtesting. In fact, like a vampire, you literally can't even enter the game right now unless a friend invites you in. Realistically, this is not a concern, because your friend's house apparently has tens of thousands of other vampires already inside of it. Many of the things that you will see in this video will change in the future, and a lot of the visuals for this game are literally unfinished. Every single enemy in the entire jungle is a slightly bigger variation of a single eyeball. Our base is a brutalist architectural statement by Yugoslav monument builders. Viper's model looks like it is a mascot horror antagonist.
Let's introduce you to the
Holiday is currently wielding an
I love this man's editing. He's so good. He's so good.
Textured gray slab instead of a gun, and when you take even a single look at Viscus's model, you can literally see the bones and joints that the animators are using as guidelines.
No. What do you mean? That's an artistic choice. It's not laziness. He's meant to look like that. So what if that's the standard skeleton for rigging a 3D model? No. That's just a coincidence.
Do not actually care, because even if the visuals for this game were properly finished, it is still utterly incomprehensible the moment that 3 people are visible on the screen. Bro, what the fuck is happening? I'm playing Drifter, I didn't pass shit.
That's a real issue in this game.
That is not out of the ordinary. In fact, it is the intended experience. I, for one, have played this game for an extensive period of time,
it is
and even
such
still,
a clusterfuck. You have no idea. I mean, I guess you do. You can see it.
Ivy keeps taking all the farm and then doing nothing with it.
Yeah,
Just at least
that's what
let
I'm
me
thinking.
have it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just look at this. There is this mechanic in the game. You don't just farm minions like say in Dota or in League. You don't just kill the enemy and you get the golden XP and whatever. You have to kill him, and then he drops a soul, and then you have to shoot the soul to actually. I mean, you partially get some of the value. Sorry, you get part of the value when you kill him, but most of the value is in the soul that spawns. Look at that.
Keeps taking all the
You see those little green blackish blobs? Those are souls. But importantly, your enemy also has a chance to shoot the souls. So it's kind of like you kill the minion, but your opponent can like soft deny the minion. And I don't know, it's very interesting. I don't know many games that do this. So like, yeah, technically I killed the minion and I got some of the values, like some of the gold, some of the XP. But most of it is like up to not debate. It's like my opponent can get it, like can deny me that and get him himself, and that's interesting. It's like kind of a middle point between having a deny mechanic and not having, and it's so I don't know. It's cool. It's very interactive. It generates a lot of interactivity that's not strictly about fighting. So say there's a guy who has a very good early game character, and I'm using a late game character, a scaling character. So I can't win directly a fight against him because he's gonna like just wreck me. But at the same time, I can just deny his farm and play it that way and annoy him through that. And that's just some some way of interacting with my opponent that's not just a head-on fight, and I like that. That's a very nice way of handling things, I think.
Farm and then doing nothing with it.
Yeah,
Just at least
that's what
let
I'm
me
thinking.
have it. I can fucking cook. I'm trying to cook and Ivy's trying to make AI generated food.
I feel as if I
What's
am
that?
the biblical Noah, and I cannot yet build an ark big enough to carry these fucking animals. How does Deadlock work? To put it simply, it is like League of Legends, but you actually play the game. MOBAs are very
Let's do that, Max0r. I know it's rage bait. Why do you keep falling for it?
unique among video games, and usually not for any good reason. They are hard. They are really hard to play. I am really hard right now. Being a new player is usually an exercise in witnessing everyone else perform unusual, highly choreographed shamanistic rain dances for 20 minutes. You try your best to mimic their movements, but it is not the same. And every single time that you get a movement wrong, you are struck by lightning and instantaneously die.
Yep.
Also, there is a blood demon on the opposing team whose name
That
is
was my
Down
experience
Syndrome.
as well.
Wait, that guy's name is Tony Hawk Tua. How am I supposed to cope with being killed by this? Will this video help?
Man, some people on the internet, they have such creative names. Oh, there's some truly great people when it comes to like online names. Ah, I wish I was that good.
You play better? No, absolutely not. But what I can do is give you all of the wrong information about this game, and then confidently assert that I am simply suggesting an off-meta build. For example, Deadlock takes place in the streets of New York City during the true events of West Side Story, in which two sides, known only as the Puerto Ricans and the Italians, vie for dominance in a supernatural gang war.
Why is their name Mina's Rag?
Contracting 12 of this game's many notorious gangsters, autistic women, trust fund children, interdimensional germa, as well as literal sand, goo, goats, and every vampire on the sex offender registry to infiltrate deep into the Ops Section 8 and eventually report their entire team to Immigration's Customs and Enforcement. Much like real life, the team that actually wins the game is usually
I
not the
have
poor
no
one.
idea
So
what is
more
going
than
on.
actually pushing the enemy base or outright killing them using the bullets in your gun, or in Paige's case, unkind words. Oh my god, I'm Paige, my only personality trait is that I read, I hate you, and I'm going to kill you. I am instead going to be
Sorry, there is so much happening. Lots of words are being said, lots of things are going on, and I can't make anything of it. Like, it's just information bombardment. Hello, Max0r?
emphasizing a wonderful conflation between correlation and causation to say that it is absolutely imperative.
Oh, wait, hold on.
A wonderful
Hold on a
conflation
second.
between correlation and causation.
Infernus players burning their job applications. Okay, Infernus was my most played character back when I did play the game. He was cool. I was trash at it. I mean, I was absolutely stinking garbage at pretty much every single thing. But at least I was I was a conscious trash with Infernus. I learned how to make the most of being completely garbage at the game. I don't know. He's kind of like a, if you know, like Brand or any dot type character in any game, any RPG mostly. It's what I like to do. Is one of the playstyles I like most, and he's like, it's this guy. He's the dot build, like damage over time build guy, and it was fun. It was nice. Kind of weird though, because you have a couple like weird skills that you gotta go like very close to the enemy, while also you're being like you're kind of a glass cannon, not really a glass cannon, but they're kind of squishy. Anyways,
Say that it is absolutely imperative at all times for your singular only focus to be mugging the homeless. Look, when I installed Deadlock, I
Yeah, you have
very
neutral
reasonably
minions as
expected
well.
a game where you know, kill
like
people.
scattered around the
get
map.
hard, red motherfucker, I'm jacking off. And yes, while that is certainly a part of the equation, the game that I actually found myself playing could best be described as a competitive Tang Dynasty agriculture. And every single time
What does
I
that
see a
mean?
drifter on my team, I think to myself, this motherfucker must be a really productive farmer, because miraculously, he is able to produce enough rice to feed the entire enemy team. There is literally no rest. There is no downtime. If you are not giving someone, something, or somewhere the IRS handshake, you have already thrown the entire game. I once had a friend who actually read the descriptions of the items he was buying, and it caused him to
Brother, I tried. I swear. Like, I think that's in my not so humble opinion, I mean, it's not a great opinion. I'm just saying I'm not really humble. But the thing about this game that actually got me the most, in a slightly negative way, the game is very well done, fine at worst. But the thing about it was the items and perks descriptions. Like it's so much information, and you don't really have time to really read and like process everything that you're getting, because it is a very fast-paced game. It's a shooter. You're getting shot sometimes while in the shop, so you don't really have the time. But it's also like, again, I'm talking about way back then. I don't know what changed since then. It's been a year and a half, but it's like you gotta take everything into account, but you're also under so much pressure that you can't really know what you're doing. Is what I felt like, at the very least. I know it gets better with practice, but then again, I did play a fair few games. Like I played, okay, not that many, but like I played 30, maybe 40 games. I don't know, and still couldn't really get to grips with it. And I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they made that a little better.
Lose the match. Taking away the enemy's resources and time is basically worse than killing them. In fact, it is most often the case that you will kill people in order to take their farm. So when it came time to actually choose a character to send to the rice fields competition, I wanted to focus on a character who had a little less pressure to farm. Seven has pressure to farm, and Seven is only played by people who are racist. Wraith has pressure to farm, but I do not play Wraith because I myself am racist. Drifter has pressure to farm, and I would not let Drifter with
I'm not gonna go back. I read what I read.
than 300 miles of an unattended child. So instead, I was initially very attracted to Mina.
I can see that. Not gonna say anything else.
Because of her kit. Unfortunately for me, however, my friend's doctor has already diagnosed him with a skill issue, and if he does not get his preferred hero every single game, his symptoms
so
will
she's
begin
the
to
umbrella
manifest.
lady. Aha!
Fucking dead! Why is the whole team collapsing? What? How are there 5 of them?
I
There
had
was just
1,000
one
on me. I
ship
shouldn't
and then
have.
Leading me to begin my journey with the singular most difficult hero in the entire game. And if you've been paying close attention to the content of this video, which you know, good luck doing that. You will notice that there is a
honestly,
lot of footage.
the fights
Pocket.
in this game.
Pocket.
Like in every team fight. If it's only like 1-on-1, maybe 2-on-2. 2-on-2 is already like getting a little clusterfucky. But like, if it's 1-on-1, you can actually tell what's happening. If it's anything beyond that, everything, the entire arena is so cluttered with every single VFX known to man. Like, it's genuinely, sometimes even if you know, like, if you keep track of your enemies or your opponents, your allies, your minions, even if you keep like a mental map of where everything is moving to, like, even then you can't really tell what's actually going on. There is so much going on at all times. Like, it's wild.
It is a hero with a very mobile,
Another game that has kind of this issue, not quite as bad, I didn't feel like at the very least, but is Final Fantasy 14. Like, when you get to like big raids and everyone has their flashy VFX, and like the entire screen is just a bunch of glowing lights and explosions, and you can't really tell what's going on anymore. Like, it's kind of the same deal here.
punishing and very involved playstyle. Mobile in just how fast I am able to successfully lose the game, punishing in that I am actively harming everyone else for being in the same game as me, and involved in that after 20 minutes of playing my keyboard like it's a goddamn piano, I somehow haven't managed to press even a single button correctly. Needless to say, learning Pocket as your first hero is something that I do not advise, and frankly, this hero is only for those with true hate in their cold and
this character
hearts. Pocket exists
didn't
exclusively
exist
to annoy
when I was
the
playing.
enemy. First by dive bombing them with every damage type known to man, and then avoiding all of their damage by teleporting around and spot dodging the sum total of their abilities. Billy is a hero that works by charging a target.
So, did you see when I was talking about Infernus, where you gotta go into people and like Oh, but he's a glass cannon type. Yeah, but like his biggest damage skill is this
Spot
one.
dodging.
You see, this is him running towards you, like he sets on himself on fire, runs towards people, and then explodes in a massive blast. But then again, yeah, you gotta be close for that
The
to
sum
hit.
total of their abilities. Billy is a hero that works by charging a target and performing a big melee combo. Pocket simply dodges the combo. Bebop is a hero that works by hooking a target and placing bombs. Pocket
That's a
dodges
bliss
the bombs.
crank of
Abrams
this game.
is a hero that investigates his enemies for evidence of sexual misconduct, and Pocket dodges the consequences in court. I was not very good at this, as can be evidenced by this picture of me with Jeffrey Epstein. In fact, despite all of Pocket's crazy potential and even crazier movement, nothing could
Sure,
compensate
Mr.
for the fact
Max0r.
that I was just really bad at moving around. Movement, the act of venturing from one location to the other, has a learning curve in Deadlock, which makes complete sense if you think about it, because the time spent walking between different locations is precious time spent not harvesting rice, which is why every single farming hero coincidentally happens to move at Mach 10, and the greatest form of skill expression available to them is how hard they are able to hold the W key.
Alright, light speed 7 out.
Alright.
I just see him moving away. Pocket does not move at Mach 10.
I don't know,
At
is-
least
Is 7 fast? I don't know. I remember just immediately, like, I see him in my screen and I die to him. That was my experience with 7. But like, does he have a movement ability? I don't know. He might have. He was like very electricity based, so it kind of makes sense a little.
not without a significantly higher effort. And the best advice that I can possibly give for mastering your movement is to literally never do one thing. You can dash in this game. You can jump in this game. You can slide, wall kick, fly, double jump, and zip boost in this game. But if you just jump, just dash, or just slide within my vague sight range, I'm going to begin saying slurs that haven't been invented yet. If you need to dodge, follow it up with a slide. If you see a staircase, slide down and jump to keep carrying your
Sorry, the sound edits are the sound edits are breaking me. It's so good.
speed. If you need to rotate a lane, dash jump into a slide, into another jump, into a wall kick, then brag about it when you make a YouTube video. Take this clip for example, where I fly above and hover into a dive bomb, then take cover, then dodge backwards, then teleport directly past the Abrams that was coming to gank me the entire time, but did I know that?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
Then, oh god, there is a fucking bisexual snake on the floor, so I get
Did you get it? Did you get it? Do you know the strategy now? Cause I don't. I saw it happening. He was telling me how to do it. I have absolutely no idea. I don't know, that's way too many commands. Sorry, my brain's just not made for this.
the shit out of her, then follow it up with another dive bomb into a kill. Oh my god, that felt so fucking good! That felt crazy! My 7 shot a lot during that fight, I guess. Honestly, playing Pocket just feels like cheating at this point. Like, in this clip, I just turned the corner and get Freddy Fazbear jump scared, but guess what? I am actually over here now, and there was literally nothing they could do to kill.
So is he good or is he not? I don't know. At first I got the feeling he wasn't good because he said, "Oh no, but picking what was it? Pocket. Picking Pocket as your main or first champion is a bad idea." So I kind of thought, "Oh, maybe he's trash. I don't know." But apparently he's just good. I don't know.
Me, but I am
Like
isolated
even
from my team.
barely
so,
OP.
Please cut the clip
Maybe
soon. But
fully.
okay, as fun as it is to play Pocket and not do any plays that make actual sense,
I died to bleed.
No, you died because you fucking went in to kill her again after I told you not to do it. Oh my god, you're still retarded. I'm actually having no fun right now. I'm leaving after this game. No, I'm so serious. I'm having no fun right now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is kind of common, or with MOBAs especially. Like shooters, you have more leeway in that sense, but with MOBAs, it's kind of common for you to, like, if you're not on a team or no on a winning team, it's kind of hard to just have fun. Like the game is just not really that fun. You can't really act. You can't really do anything. Even if you try to do everything right, like just one minor mistake, like completely loses you the game. I don't know. I felt that way when I was playing it, at least. It was a little bit too snowbally.
Did you just show up, steal this wave, and then leave, you fucker?
I need the gold. I need the gold for my sick grandma. There will eventually come a time where you as a player will have to do something scary. Or after a long period of trying to do damage and realizing that nothing actually dies except you, you will be obliged, nay, forced even, to undergo the daunting, the treacherous, the haunting task of understanding the United States economy. We tried to teach a chimp the deadlock macro, and the chimp taught itself suicide. As you can imagine, this was a task which I specifically pickpocket to avoid doing. Unfortunately for me, however, killing, movement, and styling on my enemies is not what actually wins me games. Because what actually wins me games is a complicated series of socio-economic factors. Deadlock, like real life, is a game where income disparity translates directly into a tactical advantage via Lockheed Martin guided missiles. And the main avenue of achieving this advantage is learning how to understand our item build. What is the point of...
Oh, is that the new shop?
Main avenue of achieving this advantage is learning how...
Oh, this is looking nice. Oh, actually, it's very stylish, isn't it? Look at that. Like, it's kind of a newspapery, like, little, like, bill or, I don't know, advertisement thing. It's so cool. When I was playing, it didn't really have a UI, or rather, an actual UI. It was just a green thingy, a green box full of little green boxes with lots of text. Oh, this is cool. All right. Okay, I see. I see you, game. I see you, Valve. Right. Maybe I should play this game again, huh? Maybe at some point, actually. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
To understand our item build. What is the point of buying items in Deadlock? The obvious answer, of course, is to buy more items. And the more items that everyone buys and the longer the game goes on, the more likely that one person is to disconnect due to an actual domestic dispute. But more broadly, as the game continues to escalate, we are tasked with building our digital homunculus to achieve one of 3 objectives. Covering your hero's weaknesses, of which you are guaranteed to have quite a few, countering your enemy's build so they do not actually have any fun, and doing so much damage to the enemy that your bullets transcend the boundaries of software to kill your opponent in real life. To this end, the item shop is extremely large, and ideally, your item build is going to be different every single game. This was a challenge for me, considering that I didn't even know what my enemies actually did, let alone what particular choice among 151 items would cause them to burst into flames. So initially, I decided that the best course of action would simply be to build raw spirit damage on every single hero I played. As a pocket, I do...
Yeah, okay, so that was a mechanic. Oh, sorry.
...to build raw spirit damage on every...
Yeah, I never really got it. I mean, in theory, I did. So you buy items that give you different stats. There's like weapon damage and spirit damage. It's kind of like this is the weapon, the damage you do like when you're actually shooting your enemies, and this is the damage your abilities do. But at the same time, like some abilities do damage partly scaling with your weapon damage, or some like there was like some, I don't know, again, I don't know what's going on right now in the game, but some items would give you your weapon like a spirit damage scaling, and I don't know, there was an entire system there that I never really got. I felt like in Furnace, for example, oh, he's a fire guy. He uses lots of spirit, right? Because you put damage over time that increases with spirit, right? But apparently, like, building weapon damage on him was better because, I don't know, balancing? I don't know. It was one of the things that I never really got to grips with in that game.
Single hero I played. As a pocket, I do not build defensive items. I do not build shield items. I build Boundless Spirit within 20 minutes of the game start, and if I ever get caught out, I die. Why are there 4 people here? Look at your fucking walkers! This had some mixed results. Yes, I did do a lot of damage with my cloak, but for the other 90% of the fight, I was basically
Lash
worse
is
than
so
useless.
cool. I did also play quite a bit of Lash.
Character, and yet, because of my own hubris, I was stuck playing as a backline caster. This wasn't what I wanted to play. By the way, my natural voice is like deeper than I narrate in the video. It required items that I was extremely slow to farm. It required execution that I did not consider very fun. And most importantly, I was ignoring the very mobility that drew me to Pocket.
Is that Deltarune music playing in the background?
In the first place. So you know what? Maybe Pocket was too hard of a hero for me to play. And maybe, just maybe, my time would be better spent learning something new.
Not anymore though, sorry.
But then, I realized something. Something which has been hiding in plain sight this entire time. Because Pocket has a gun.
It's only the main button in the game.
This video was never actually a review of Deadlock. I fucking got you. I was actually building up to talk about Glocket the entire time. And all footage to this.
Did you see that damage? Did you see that damage? Look at that again. How much damage he does just with the weapon.
I was actually building up to talk about Glocket the entire time. And all footage to this point has been specifically selected so you would not see what I was really playing.
Look at that damage!
Hear me out. Fuck? Yes, Pocket doesn't have any abilities that actually do any gun damage, but he does have abilities that buff all of his damage, buffs his bullets, and auto-reloads his gun, meaning that we effectively have a double-sized magazine with 40% more gun damage and high mobility on a fucking shotgun. Oh, but Max0r, that's actually a volley gun. It fires rifle rounds. Shut up. Shut up, I don't care. I'm going to harvest your balls with an ice cream scooper. But the main advantage of playing Glocket is that it is frankly such a stupid idea that your enemies will never expect you to actually fucking do it. And frankly, most of them have literally never played against this and do not know how to change their gameplay. It is that stupid, and yet it just works.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't.
MOBA players try to be adaptable, challenge impossible. I've never seen, like, MOBA players are the most entitled players in the sense that they know of one way to play the game, and everything that is slightly off meta completely shuts down their brain. They do not know how to handle it in any MOBA I've ever tried.
Sound like it's supposed to work, and frankly it takes even more button presses to actually make sense, but it works.
Slowing Hex on you.
Clad pussy wagon chicken nuggets.
What?
What?
What the fuck are you saying? Do not screw up any of your abilities or your damage will be cut by 40%. Okay, I get it. You want to actually see for yourself. So here's a clip where from the enemy's perspective there is literally no one there before I jump in, buff myself, fly straight into the drifter, and you can see from his reaction that he's just like, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
That was
Look at that. He was just running away. Oh, sorry, I was trying to use my actual hands to point. I forgot I have a mouse pointer here. But he was just running. He was okay, not full health, but it was like what, 75%, like 3/4 health. And he just dies.
You can see from his reaction that he's just
Look
like,
at that.
How the fuck did you do that? That was a lot of input. So here's a clip where I just slowly walk up and snub-nose John Lennon. Or how about this one where I straight up killed Lady Geist before her entire team decides to enter a clown car. And you would think in this situation that I would be dead, but guess what? I have already teleported away and Yamato has grabbed my character, so you don't really need to see what happens next. This is it. This is the Pocket build that I have
remember
always
that.
wanted to play.
I remember being mad at
all
that.
it took was the proper innovation and stupidity to actually think of it as a possibility. With Glocket, I can finally fight my enemies face to face. I can finally farm. I can finally push. Finally ignore building defensive items because the old men cannot possibly match my speed. And most importantly, most crucially, and most cantankerously, I have already lost the game. Yeah, so after a bit of trial and error, this is the final Pocket build. It is not a perfect build. It does require execution, and you have to be very careful what you're doing with it. There ain't no way, dude.
How did you get away?
There ain't no fucking way. But after...
You know what? I want to say it. This guy looks a lot of fun to play. Like, zooming around, you can actually build damage if you feel like it. Apparently he's like more of a utility / buff guy. I didn't really understand him, to be honest, but it's what I feel like I've seen. But you know, I really like movement. Is always a fun add to any gameplay. I'll say it. Like, if you can teleport or if you can use a grappling hook, it makes any gameplay better. It's just the truth of it.
Playing Pocket for longer than most of my viewers have been alive, I can definitely say one thing with absolute certainty. Playing Glocket may not be the perfect build or even the optimal build, but it is very fun. And at the end of the day, you're going to improve a lot more playing what you actually find fun, not what other people tell you to play.
Absolutely,
Unless you want to play Paige, don't do that. But hey, even if I can't always solo carry the entire team, there is still a chance that we can win this game. Just not a good one, because while the enemy may have 6 heroes on their side, we have 7. The hero 7, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, and then 7%.
Max0r, do not do this to me, brother. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you give them fuel? They don't need it.
Proceeded to say slurs that I didn't even know existed.
What's the matter? Can't kill me, Fireboy!
Shit.
Yeah, run in gear! I'm 7!
Let's address the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, Deadlock is what you would call a team game, requiring, not suggesting, real strategy and communication to actually win. This, of course, is not going to happen, mainly because people are too busy role-playing as their actual in-game characters when they bother to communicate their intentions at all. Did Victor just kill himself? What the fuck do you mean, whoopsie daisy? Pain battery first ability. And to prove to you that this is genuinely how people speak in this game, here is a clip where Mina, who is a canonically entitled asshole, makes fun of the oldest member of the enemy team for having a dead son by telling him to get a dog instead. To which the old man cleverly responds with, "I can't indoctrinate my dog to vote Republican." Or how about this clip where the enemy team starts off by role-playing as the Lash, a character whose lore section contains a single sentence after.
I mean, sure, I guess. The guy knows what he is. I liked playing Lash. He's fun. He like jumps around and like it's a tanky utility guy. And he was fun.
After which his teammate asks me if I am like Max0r the YouTuber, to which my Mirage responds with, "No, Max0r the pedophile." This is because for every single hero in Deadlock, the personality of the character is genuinely reinforced by their playstyle, which becomes extremely evident the moment that anyone on your team chooses to play a 7. And after spending a few games conducting research, it is beginning to dawn on me why the fan canon of this hero is that he is incredibly, unabashedly racist. 7 is the complete opposite of Pocket in every way. Where Pocket makes opportunities, 7 takes opportunities. When Pocket is making space to farm, 7 is taking space to farm. And by the time that 7 is finally done farming, the enemy team will have probably died of old age, meaning that for a majority of the time, 7 is stuck playing a combination of Solitaire and Minesweeper, as well as being completely reliant on teammate 2 ever since it was taken out of the pipes, have been taking supplements for a holistic source of all natural lead.
I'm in.
That's what he said.
Adam, what the fuck were you doing in there? Leading to what is likely a 30-minute farming build-up, only to lose through no fault of your own. I promise. In these circumstances, I too would be using my no-no words. So as more proof that this is genuinely how people speak in this game, here is an entire game with a 7, I don't have the replay shots, where he responded to every single death that he had by insulting the enemy in all caps, which by the way happened about 10 times or so, without even successfully securing
There's always
a
this type of player.
kill,
You can't
which
run
the
from
enemy
that.
Sinclair would respond by continuing to rage bait him to death. We won that game, by the way. Thank you for asking.
Hey man, if you can't avoid getting fucking rage baited by this Sinclair and you can't like do anything, you need to fucking find a different hobby.
Hey, brother,
you need to play a
can you
different
put the dick out of your mouth, please?
I do not ever want to play with you again.
Moral of the story is, Deadlock as an experience is like a combination of playing a hero shooter and visiting a human human zoo.
Oh, she
if
looks
you get
cool.
good teammates and moral of the story is,
Sorry, I just saw the gameplay.
Deadlock as an experience is
Like
a
go in, swipe.
playing.
It's kind of a melee type-ish. It's not really. I don't think there's any real melees in this game. She
a
looks
hero
cool.
shooter, and visiting a human zoo. Fuck. If you get good teammates and ideal circumstances, it can be extremely fun. But very often, you will not get ideal circumstances, and that can also be really fun too.
See, that was Lash. Look at that.
Very often, you will not get ideal circumstances.
Oops.
And that
Here, he like jumps up in the air, like lashes people with his like ropes. Well, technically lashes, and then just slams everyone to the ground. It's so, I think that's his ultimate, I think. And it's so cool. Like, I didn't ever execute it well, but it was always so cool to use.
can also be really fun too, just in a completely different way. So if bad communication happens to get your Bebop to knock you into the enemy and instantly get you killed,
What the fuck, Bebop? Bebop, what the fuck?
or gets your ability to do a gotcha game directly in the middle of a team fight,
Why were you farming in the middle of a team fight?
causes your team to have a team fight within the confines of a single closet. What's going on here?
What the fuck is going on?
Yep.
Or gets you double
What the fuck is
kidnapped
going
from
on?
across the
Is the right
entire
way to
map.
play this game. Is the right mindset.
Goodbye. Goodbye. What the fuck happened?
That was so fucking funny. I'm in danger. It is best to still be thankful for every single game of Deadlock that did not go quite as planned. And the funniest experiences that I've ever had in this game were not very funny when I was actually playing it.
Just make sure you come in my mouth and everything will be okay.
Whoa, buddy, what the fuck? I'm Max0r, and you should give money to my Patreon so that I do not starve to death. And
Yeah, that's type 2 fun. You know the theory? Type 1 fun is a type of thing that you have fun when you're doing, and when you think back to it, it's fun memories. Type 2 fun is the thing that you hate doing. When you're actually doing it, you absolutely despise it. But when you think back to it, you think to yourself, "Oh, that was fun. That was nice. I wanna try that again. I wanna do that again." And then there's type 3 quotation marks fun. That's not fun to execute. And then when you think back to it, you think, yeah, that was a miserable experience. I don't ever want to do that again. Why did I do that?
And if this video gets enough views, I will maybe make another one in the future. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more. Do not select page on this screen or I will make your tendons into a jump rope.
Man, I love Max0r. Honestly, he was very... I'm not gonna say well-behaved, but he was better than in his other videos. Especially his, I think I watched the first... I think he has a couple. But I watched the first one of his Elden Ring videos. And it's a complete chaos, mindfuck, clusterfuck. Yeah, but yeah, that was that. That was Deadlock Review. It's a team game from Max0r. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!